I was like, I wonder if people are gonna talk about that fight anyways. With Beterbiev, that's like I know everyone's talking about Spence and Crawford, but that's the fight I really want to see too. You know?
Yeah, I know. Well, you know what? I was gonna ask you about that later on, but you brought it up. So if they ever fight, who would you pick?
I think I have to go with Beterbiev. I just think he's just. I mean, I sparred him for 5 weeks, and he's just so strong. You know, I've been following him since the amateurs, and you know, a lot of people are like, "Man, you're crazy for even going there to spar him." But I was like, I have to. I've been in camp with Kovalev, and he punched really hard. So I was like, I have to go and see if the power is real. You know, I gotta see. You know how different it is. Kovalev hit hard. Like his jabs were like most people's strong right hand,
Yeah,
and Beterbiev was just at the next level up from that. So
yeah.
it was pretty crazy.
So you would say the power was real.
Oh yeah, it was real. And I mean, he doesn't have skill. He doesn't have the skill level like Beterbiev, but I mean Bevel,
Dival?
but he like he knows his way around the ring pretty well. You know, I mean, obviously he doesn't box on the back foot pretty well, but he's been in the ring. I mean, he's had hundreds of amateur fights, fought the best. You know, and you know he knows enough to where you know, like I was like, damn, it's gonna be hard for someone to take this type of power for 12 rounds with 10-ounce gloves on. So it was pretty insane. You know, I mean, he is vulnerable, and he has a lot of different vulnerabilities, but that like to be able to take you gotta take a lot of damage to you know exploit those situations. And
Yeah.
think about it, like the guy go who did the best with him was possibly beating him on the scorecards. The what was he, Russian or something?
Who Vosnik?
Vosnik. He
Yeah.
never fought again, and he was doing very well. He never fought again, and I know he was training with Teddy Atlas. I don't know exactly what happened because I see him still sparring with Canelo and stuff, but I don't know if he went in there and Teddy said, "Hey, you might not be the same," because you know Teddy's big on that type of stuff. He could have
Yeah.
said, "Hey, you might not be the same again." Just you know,
Protecting a spider.
yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not sure exactly what happened because he still had a lot of fight left in him. I feel like he was boxing tremendously well. You know, possibly could have been up on the scorecards. So it's crazy, you know, like taking that type of punishment. You know, Marcus Brown, he was doing pretty good. You know,
I don't know what happened.
oh yeah,
You
somebody
cut out
was
for a
trying to
second.
call me on Instagram. Yeah,
All right.
somebody was trying to call me on Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah, hold on. Let me exit off the app.
All right.
Yeah, but yeah, like Marcus Brown, you see the guy had a hole in his head fighting Marcus Brown, and he was getting stronger. He was losing so much blood, but getting stronger
Yeah,
as
he
the
has a
rounds
way
went on.
about rearranging his opponent's faces.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's insane, man.
yeah. Before we get into your career, because you brought it up, what would you say is the biggest difference between sparring the prime Kovalev? Because I know you did a lot of work with him, and prime Beterbiev.
Well, Kovalev, obviously, he's got a little bit more ring IQ, a little bit more like you know, like he knows his rank. He's fight boxing from a distance. Uh, great jab, hell of a jab. His jabs can hurt you. Strong jabs. They feel like a lot of people's right hand, and you know he could use his footwork when he wants. He's got good boxing IQ, and but he doesn't fight on the inside very well. And when I was sparring Beterbiev at the time, he didn't box on the inside too well. You know, I mean, I see he's gotten a little bit better. He that last hit he hit Marcus Brown with that last combo. It all started from the body, so he has been working on that. But you know, maybe it's like a European Russian thing that they maybe that's like something that they. I've noticed. I've fought a lot of people in my during my boxing career. Like I've noticed a lot of the Cubans and Russian guys, European guys, they don't box on the inside as well. So I've noticed both of them have that flaw. But Beterbiev, I've been watching his fights. He seems like he's been getting a little bit better with that aspect of his career.
Yeah,
But
he's kind of like aging like a fine wine. It seems getting better with time.
yeah, exactly. I mean, he doesn't fight too much, so doesn't take too much punishment. His fights end fairly early. Um, but Kovalev, I mean, he's a boxer, you know. But Beterbiev's just a mean guy. I remember one day I was boxing really well against him, and and I just seen it in his face. He asked coach for another round, and he just tried to take my head off. I just see the anger in his face, you know. This is a guy who doesn't drink, doesn't put anything bad in his body, you know, because of his religion and stuff. And he just trained different. You know, after did a camp with him, I was like, man, I got to step up my game and the way I'm living outside the ring, because you have
Yeah.
people that are punching like this and living so cleanly. You know, it's like, you know, it opens your eyes and just it's crazy. You know.
Well, yeah, absolutely. I guess my two follow-up questions to that would be one, what did you do to piss him off? And two, were you not living cleanly outside the ring?
Oh, well, what I did was I was just boxing well. You know, just using. I'm like a smart boxer. I've already known about his power and stuff. So I was just boxing well, and I don't know, he just probably doesn't like that, not used to that. So
Not frustrated.
yeah, and I just probably like hit him a few times, and I don't know. It wasn't. He didn't even do bad. It was great sparring, and I don't know. He just wanted to have a perfect session. You know, he just looked pissed. I don't know, but he
Yeah.
just came. You know, the guy's a beast.
Okay.
And no, I'm just saying, just you know, just eating right and all that other stuff. You know, like this guy's not doing anything. I know he's real strict Muslim and stuff like that. So just little stuff, you know, when you get to that level, uh, you don't want to just be like, okay, yeah, I have a fight. I'm just gonna get serious and eat right and don't go out and all that stuff just for the 8 weeks. When there's guys that are at that top level that do this year round, you know.
Yeah.
So that's
Absolutely.
pretty much what I was saying.